Hello everyone, this is Omar Kimbaya again with another episode of Meet a Geek, a small show that's all about meeting your fellow geeks at Geekdom. Today I am very happily joined by Joe Gallegos. I hope I said that last name correctly. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Joe. And we're just going to ask him some quick 5 questions just to see, who he is and what he does and kind of like what kind of keeps him up at night. And then, of course, get some advice from him on, what are some ways that you can give back to community. So, Joe, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks. I'm doing well, man. Appreciate you having me here. And I'm ready to go.
Yeah. So you've been awake for a long time, haven't you, today?
Yeah. I've been up pretty early. You guys have seen already. 3:45, 4 o'clock. I didn't say anything this morning because I just didn't get on Slack. I was doing something else. I was meditating this morning, but I've been up pretty early.
That's great, man. That's awesome. So let's kind of get into the introductions. So who are you, Joe?
Well, I simply just tell people I'm just Joe. I'm a guy from a small town. I grew up in Victoria, Texas for most of my life, about 7 years. But I moved around a lot. Well, my dad's job. People often think that he was in the Navy, but he moved around as an engineer. So we moved around to different states. But as a part of who I am, I like to call myself a traveling nomad because I really I'm not bound to any one place and I'm always looking to move. So that's a big part of who I am. And again, just a small town guy from living in a lonely world. No. Yeah.
If that's not a song, it should be.
Oh.
So Joe, what do you do?
Currently I work from home. I work as an advisor. I do IT customer support. So I support customers globally. And because I speak Spanish, I also I'm fluently bilingual and I support our Spanish customers as well.
Awesome.
But yeah, I currently work from home. Actually, my work desk is right next to me. And so, that's mainly, that's been the prime of my job so far is that.
Great. All right. So why did you become a Geekdom member in the first place?
Well, I've got to blame it on Mr. John Ryan Garcia because that man, I honestly discovered Geekdom through him and what he does and how he contributes to the community and how he has met so many great people, and so that just really inspired me and it sparked an interest.
Cool.
I wanted to see what it was about, so I said, hey, I want to go and check it out, and I did. He gave me the tour. And here I am. So, and I've met some very fantastic people, to say the least, and I just hope to continue doing that while
Excellent.
I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, you're active on the Slack channel. That's really great. I definitely appreciate that. I'm not the only person talking to myself, at least. So tell me this, what problems keep you up at night?
I'll give you some context. So the 3 things that I always tell people that I never discuss is my finances, my love life, and my next move. And so what keeps me up at night is my next move. Like I said, I travel a lot. San Antonio, as much as I've loved living here for 3 years now, since 2017, I've been independent since I was 18. I joined the military. I was in the military for 8 years. And what keeps me up at night is what I'm wanting to do with my life. And that essentially, not to go into so much detail, but the impact that I want to bring to the world is what keeps me up at night and what I'm wanting to do and establish myself. I don't want to work for a company for the rest of my life. I don't want to report to someone else. I want to establish myself in the world and help bring a sense of comfort, so to speak. And I feel like I'm having deja vu right now. Like I've had this conversation with someone, but what keeps me up at night specifically is just making sure that I keep things planned ahead of time. So that way I can really keep to a strict schedule. A lot of being up early, yes, allows me to get some things that are prioritized knocked out. But at the same time, there are things that just spring up throughout the day, especially for what I do. I'm a Twitch streamer. I'm working on a podcast with another friend of mine from McAllen. And I also am working on another podcast with some Dungeons and Dragons campaigns that my friend's doing. It's not called Dungeons and Dragons, but things like that come up, and I'm working with other people, collaborating. And so that keeps me up at night as to like, how am I going to plan for the rest of my week? What am I going to do? Who am I going to meet? Who am I going to talk with? And another big part about myself is I rant. I talk a lot. I love to talk. I'm a psychology. I majored in psychology. And so, but I've just to kind of keep it less verbose and more concise. I hope that explains at least what keeps me up at night for you.
No, that's fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, I love to listen. So that's why we're doing this, right?
Cheers. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Final question. What value have you gotten from being at Geekdom?
Meeting the people, truly. Just knowing that there are so many resources available, so many people, and not just the people themselves, but their expertise, their genuine personalities, their assertive personalities. In a world that is so diverse and so and complicated, for lack of better words, it's cool to see that in a community-based organization, there is a sense of very equal culture, and a good sense of approachability to the sense that you at least you can establish yourself, you can express yourself, and then ultimately, people are going to want to ask about you, and they're going to become curious. And part of me being at Geekdom is that I at some point want to be in a position where I can give back and meet more people, have conferences with them, and then just give them a part of myself, so that if my expertise helps them grow in their field, great. And I mean, like I said, I majored in psychology, and I'm pursuing neuroscience as a study of mine specifically. So yeah, if I can contribute that, whether it means just providing some kind of positive impact to someone's life,
Yeah.
I love that that's something that I receive at Geekdom, and I don't ask for that. It's just
Yeah.
there, and it's nice, and it's genuine, like I mentioned. Of course, there's no organization that's perfect. The people are not perfect. And so I'm sure that, I'm bound to meet someone we're probably going to, butt heads a little bit, but I'm ready for that. And I at least embrace that mindset that sometimes that's what it's going to take to get out of, my comfort zone too. And so I look forward to that. Yeah. I'm kind of foreseeing myself in that sense.
So you're looking forward to having a conflict with somebody. Excellent. I love the way you think.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm ready for a little debate. I want to seek to understand, where they're coming from, and
Yeah,
just
that's
realign.
excellent.
And I don't have to necessarily agree with them, but I want to know where they're coming from,
Yeah, that's excellent. For some reason, whenever you said that, I had the thing in my mind, like you're like some WWE like superstar, like you had the chair in your hands, like I'm ready for a conflict. Like anybody wants to come up. That's right. Yeah, the people's eyebrow and the people's elbow, all of that. Excellent.
Yeah, I can't.
All right, man. I'm gonna surprise you with something real quick. It's what I call the flash question.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's coming. All right.
This is where I run away.
No, you got to stay. You got to answer this one.
Okay.
All right, my friend. I want you to suggest a way to give back to the community. What in your mind is the best way someone can give back to the Geekdom community?
Let me think about that.
Take your time.
What is a way that someone can give back to the Geekdom community? Truly, I think one of the best ways is sometimes an act of kindness is not warranted by any kind of condition. And so on that same note, I would say that, and I've seen this often too, where, some events are hosted and there's no charge for people to go in. It's information that's provided free, and it's almost a way of welcoming in people to discover something new that they may be able to take an opportunity on. So I think one of the best ways to give back to the community, to offer something to Geekdom, is doing something that's unconditional. Don't expect, and if I had an organization, if I had like a nonprofit organization, for example, and I would be able to provide some kind of service, that would be something I'd want to have at least organize and host, and for people that may be in need of something. And, and in my field in psychology, and it'd be something more analytical towards, deep diving into, maybe working with, conflict between employees, or a conflict between management, or the way that some, the way that some companies maybe deal with conflict resolution. I'm thinking about that because most of my conversations that I have with a lot of other people that I collaborate with and such, not that I do any kind of consulting, because I'm not licensed in that yet, but that would be something honestly worthwhile, because you get to contribute part of yourself. You offer that and don't expect anything in return. So, I've been asking a lot of people, and I guess to kind of lower that down to a more specific answer, just asking people to go out for coffee, for a drink, and just discover more about them, and I think in that sense, establishing that kind of rapport, that's the kind of that's the kind of give back that I would want to continue giving at Geekdom. So just offering my time, offering my community service, where I can and where that impact would be significant.
Yeah.
That would be something that would just be so fulfilling. And again, like without expecting anything in return, I'd love to give that, in the sense of things, So, but I hope that answers the question in some facets.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. I mean, Geekdom's all about giving first, right? And sometimes that does carry condition, like you help me, I help you, or I help you, you help me.
That scratch at the back. Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes, it just helps to be there. And I think someone who really, really shines with that is David Jones. Like, he just helps people sometimes unconditionally because, he either has a contact that can provide that help, or he knows, or he has the expertise that they can help them and kind of help them move forward to the next thing. So that kind of helping is just, it helps everybody. It helps everyone grow. It helps them get to the next step. So yeah, I'm really glad that you're a part of the community here, and I'm glad that you wake up early in the morning and let us know that stuff is happening before our eyes open, and also that, hey, let's all give back unconditionally and help each other out. That's really cool, man.
Especially now, the world needs it more than ever.
No kidding. Yeah.
I mean, not to phase away from what's going on, but right now times are very delicate. I mean, times have always been delicate, but right now more than ever, the exposure is just unreal with the pandemic, with world wars almost happening, globally, and sparking conflict. And I think I've told this to the people that I work with, is now's the time to really be patient with one another, be more understanding, because we've got a lot going on, and sometimes we're not able to be there for one another, and that's okay. That's okay to, but be vulnerable about it too, and ultimately, have a better sense of understanding. And so hopefully doing that one person at a time, will help the greater cause. And so that's something, a sentiment that I like to start with on a daily basis, that I appreciate being given the opportunity, and God gives me the opportunity to wake up and at least do that for someone, So
cool.
If I'm texting to go, if I want to go get a drink with you, Omar, like, hey, I just want to know more about you. How else can I serve you in this life? And, hey, we're friends. Yes. You help me with my English a little bit. So, hey, and sometimes it starts with that,
Yeah, just a simple grammatical correction on the internet is what can spawn friendships. Remember, kids, correct each other on the internet, but don't be a jerk about it.
That's right.
Yeah. And with that note, let's go ahead and close today's episode. Thank you so much, Joe, for joining me and getting us a taste of like what's kind of going in your mind, and letting people know a little bit more about you. Yes, I'm Omar. Thank you so much, Joe. And remember to be helpful.
Absolutely. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you, man.